here, there ain't no need to panic. I ain't on a wave that could sink the Titanic. Like, why, ain't no need to cut ties. This is not the best time, aiming for the east or the west side. I rise when I feel a vibe from the nighttime. I slide when she send me pictures of those nice stars. It's a banger when I know that beat got a baseline. Hotline gets a blingin' when they see I'm too live. High on niggas, I stay on the jet. I got a jet, I stay on the quest. I don't wanna rest. That's how you end up like all of the rest. Oh, I've been feeling the love, been feeling the vibe. I hope they can feel all the passion I put in it, and you see it in my eyes. Yeah, I'm coming up, you see the rise. So come out and play. I don't see the need to hide. I feel
The ABC.
oh, Cowboy Records. Oh, 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 oh.
Hey, Ross, sauce it up.
Whoa, I've been feeling the love, I've been feeling the vibe. I hope they can feel all the passion I put in it, and you see it in my eyes. Yeah, I'm coming up, you see the rise. So come out and play, I don't see the need to hide. I feel like I'm the last man standing. 4-5 sitting on my dresser like a
We gonna have a good Christmas this year, Rudolph? Hey there. Why not make that special someone's holiday season by stuffing their stocking with a loaded shot sock?
Stuff your stockings in style with the Shot Sock. You can get your Shot Sock now at theshotsock.com.
Happy holidays from shotsock.com.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the ABC. Man, we're happy to bring you another beautiful, exciting show. I had to put my bottle down, man, pouring up my crown before we jumped on real quick. But yeah, I'm your host, Jonathan Anderson, here with my amazing co-host, El Grande Toro, Jonas Bull. Hey, vote Ryan for, what does that say?
Whatever.
Brodus. And, of course, our other outstanding, amazing, half-man, half-amazing, Mark Clayton,
Mighty MC.
co-host.
I'm in my winter gear, bro.
You got that Baltimore jacket on,
You know
huh?
what I'm saying? When it dipped down like around 50, I'm bundled up.
You
man.
still about 90 inside of that bad boy.
Absolutely. I'm probably the only person in the country that probably actually uses 90 on the thermometer, like in the house.
In the house? Do you really?
I actually use it.
Really? On the regular?
I use it.
When it's cold outside, you
When it's cold outside, I'm using it.
Yeah, I can't stand cold either, bro.
I turned up. I actually
Hey,
use it.
I just like watching the fire so much. Like, my girl gets kind of mad when it's like 72, and I'm like, turn that fire on real quick. You know?
Let me
We got the
top
little,
it off.
We got the little gas flick.
Yeah. Oh,
Turn
yeah.
that fire on, man. Nice
Yeah.
little aesthetic in the room, you know. But yeah, what gets way too hot, bro. Way too hot.
Yeah, at that point, yeah, you got other person heat.
Yeah, and that too.
One other person, I mean, that's
That
a whole
too.
other ballgame.
Especially when everybody's kind of talking, and then you got some
Oh,
bigger
you
people
got
in the
some
room, and
breath.
everybody's just
You
like
got body,
a little close.
With the hot air.
That
Yeah.
bus feel.
Ooh, yeah, you good. You good.
Yeah.
It's a lot of that's I'm just me. So
Yeah,
probably
man.
when ain't no kid, I'm 90.
Yeah. Oh,
Shit, bro.
gotcha.
I
Yeah.
noticed when my wife and I are at home, like when I'm working there, temperature's nice and stable,
Mm-hmm.
and as soon as she gets home and we start talking.
Just talking.
Yeah.
Babe, your
That
breath
temperature
is hot.
start goes
as
up.
shit.
Yeah, see, I'm weird, man, because like I can be freezing
It's hotted up.
and
Right.
sweating. I'll be freezing and like under my
That
blanket.
sounds like a
and wake
fever,
up.
bro. You good?
Nah, it's just like I guess I got a
This
fever
is
all
what
the
it
time.
do.
Cause I'll be freezing and I bundle up. I put like all the blankets on, and when I'm
Right.
cold, they come over the head, bro.
Sounds like
Oh man.
Yeah. Oh, that, we had a real good run this morning,
yeah,
Jonas.
yeah. He's my pacer.
Yeah,
Oh, you ran?
that last mile. I
Oh,
called
yeah?
him, you know. And
Ah,
he was on, I was like,
I
hey, man,
got it. I got it.
finish strong, Jay. Finish
Okay.
strong. You know.
I ran that phone up to my face like.
I was like, let's get it, Jay. Let's get it.
Let's get it.
He's like, hey, I'm actually running faster right now.
Right.
No, that was
It's
awesome.
that virtual assistant, bro.
Yeah, man. So y'all had good weekends. Everybody had a good weekend.
Yeah.
Anything
weekend
just
was good, man.
outlandish? Anything crazy you saw or encountered over the weekend?
So for me, it was a cool weekend because, you know, the University of Oklahoma is now becoming QBU,
Mhm.
and we just signed another kid, special. He's gonna be an awesome all DC.
Yeah.
But this weekend we had 3 starting quarterbacks in the NFL. Baker Mayfield started, K1, and then Jalen Hurts, who also had a huge win.
Yes.
Versus the number 1 defense in the NFL, the New Orleans Saints.
Yes.
Well, I know we're talking about it, but we had 3 Sooners starting at quarterback. I don't think anybody's ever done that. I think nobody's ever done that before.
Is he a Sooner or is he a Bama guy, Mr. Hurts?
Look, to me, the reason he had drafted number 2 and not in the 5th round was because he set up under Lincoln for a season. I feel like that gave him the ability to establish a little bit more as a passer.
Showcase himself and his skills.
Absolutely. And so I feel like Lincoln was a part of him budding, as a young passing quarterback, and I mean here we are.
Because before people weren't even giving him a chance as quarterback, as a passing quarterback.
Not as a passer, yeah.
Yeah, at Alabama he was known as a running quarterback. Yeah. He had some dreads,
No doubt.
And he looked.
He was a powerhouse.
Nothing against dreads. I love dreads. I'm just mad I can't grow them. That's my only thing against dreads, right? Got a little spot back here for baseball caps.
I've been looking. I know you were getting roasted.
Not one of them dudes. Hey, bro, I'm not about to walk around like George Jefferson, dog. got dreads hanging around the sides with nothing right here. But I mean, I got hair on top of my head, y'all. Let's not fool yourselves. But
give it a couple years.
Yeah, a couple years.
You'd be like me.
Couple years.
You pay for that. No.
Yeah, but not Hurts, man. He do you think that if he would have stayed at Alabama, he would have had the same opportunity? I know Tua was there.
Yeah,
right?
Tua was there. I mean, which was the pressure?
Drafted?
I think he would have definitely gotten drafted.
But a little bit later.
I don't think he would have got drafted in 2. Yeah.
And
I feel like Tua, I mean, that was the move. They went to Tua because obviously they felt they had a better chance to win.
Yeah.
It's business. At the end of the day, it's about winning.
Yeah.
And that was the move. Like, we got a better chance to win with this guy. And it was primarily because he had that whip. Like, Tua was slaying that thing.
Yeah. And I tell people, man, and this is what I tell, take it back to baseball. This is what I tell young baseball players, right? If you have the opportunity to get drafted, right, and you don't like school, get drafted and go play pro baseball, because universities, they're not about your development, right? They do develop you. You do develop along the way, right? Depending on your potential, but they got a job to keep, right? So if they're not winning, they're not keeping their job. So if you're not where you need to be or where they feel you need to be at that time, you're not going to be on the field, no matter how good of a talent you are or work. But if you go into the pro system, they give you that time to develop. Yeah,
you become the rookie. I mean, you become the pup again.
Yes.
This something that we can mold and shape.
Exactly.
Once you're past kind of that phase, like.
Exactly.
And somebody younger than you is showing equal or better.
Yep.
Like promise. Oh it's time to move on.
Yep, because you're drafted on potential.
Yep.
In sports, and they allow that potential to grow.
Period.
But not in college.
Not in college.
You get that butt put on the bench quick.
Yes, you will.
Be riding the pine, boy, if you ain't doing what you're supposed to do.
Man.
Yeah, man. Speaking of cheers, man. What you got? You got a little wine in your cup over there, Jonas. What you got going on?
I got this sleek equals smooth chocolate. I'm real interested to see how this goes with the screwball peanut butter that we had last week.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think that could be a
nice little.
I think that
Reese's
could be
peanut butter cup.
Yeah.
Shout out to Reese's.
But do you mix whites and browns though?
In that case, absolutely.
Really?
Just because.
Just to see? Just to
and then we're going to make them jump around.
Yeah? Oh, man. Yeah, that's a dare.
We're going to play jump around.
It's a challenge drink.
It's a challenge.
Yeah, no, I mean, they're,
Pack it in.
They have their strengths and weaknesses.
Yeah,
and,
no doubt.
Little mixing is all good.
Y'all all set for Christmas? You got everything ready and set? Gift shopping and all that stuff done?
I'm gonna go with yes until about Wednesday or Thursday.
Yeah.
At which point I'm going to remember something that I've completely forgotten. Somebody I've completely forgotten about.
Definitely.
Yeah.
And hopefully they won't figure out who they are.
Not to be named.
Yeah.
Well, if I remembered him, I would be remembering.
For sure.
Yeah.
But no, I think I'm all set.
You all set?
I think so. Yeah. Thank you, Amazon.
Nice.
Oh, Amazon
does.
Yeah.
I'm like a card guy, like all the
Amazon
way.
and eBay,
I'm a cards guy. I keep it very simple. And so I'm probably one of the few. I'll buy for kids, and that's about it.
Yeah.
Like I'll buy for kids, and then what I've done, this year different was I've bought digital currency for my family.
Oh, that's
They all
awesome.
got credit.
Nice.
You got some.
That is awesome, bro.
We're done.
Nice.
That's it.
Yeah,
That's probably a really, really good idea.
That's the gift that keeps giving. You just gotta spend it.
Until
Well,
it's
yeah.
done. But
Cashing in.
here's the thing, like they all. So the bridge, like getting in, like it was difficult to start, and so like the barrier to entry was you have to understand how they go on and set up your wallets and then buy on the exchange and then move.
Yeah.
Most they don't really know that.
Yeah.
And so it's
kinda
almost
just
like
sitting there
it's
like
secured to their ignorance
Yeah.
of knowing how to go in and move digital
That's a very
currency.
smart move
like,
right there.
So it's pretty cool. So that's what I got for him.
Investments.
I got a little real estate thing like that, and the best thing about it is I have no idea how to manage it.
Now you get to watch it.
It's done
Just
really
sitting
well
there.
because I have no idea what to do with it.
Yeah. Right on, man.
That's awesome.
Right on. Well, yeah. Well, let's go ahead and jump into these topics. We'll talk first, right, with that NCAA football, man, news. And wasn't very much to talk about this weekend. Top 5, Alabama, absolutely. Arkansas jumped out fast to a 3-0 lead.
Yeah.
And got mollywopped. What was the final score? 52-3?
Yeah, it was bad.
I was watching something, and the guy was like, "Yeah, man, we went down 3." And my boy called me and was like, "Hey, talking smack, like, hey, we got y'all today. Arkansas coming with it today." He's like, "Hey, call me back in the middle of the third, please."
Right.
In the middle of the third, and yeah, as you see, Bama rolled on that one.
Yeah,
Florida got upset this weekend by
that was big.
LSU, who we dogged out last week.
LSU,
right? LSU,
man,
right?
they're missing half their
LSU
team.
better watch out.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Yeah, that's wild, man. I don't know how that happened. Man. Florida, man, I haven't really, since Tebow left Florida, since Urban Meyer left Florida, I haven't respected Florida the same that I used to.
Yeah.
Right? Before Urban Meyer, it was old football coach out there, Steve Spurrier, throwing the ball up and down the field, right? And Florida was one of you could bank on them being one of the top teams in the nation, right?
No doubt.
Year in, year out.
No doubt.
They've lost that luster. And they're not nearly as much as Florida State, right?
Right.
But
no doubt. Yeah.
they've lost their luster, and they don't put that same fear that they used to.
They don't.
Right? I know back in the day when you go into that crowd,
Yeah,
you
yeah,
see
yeah.
that chomp.
You see that, yeah.
You know
what was up.
Yeah, it's a battle
Absolutely.
about to be had, and you might get your head
Absolutely.
knocked off, or you might get burnt for 500 yards, right?
No doubt.
But I don't see that same luster coming out of them.
That's interesting, though. I mean, from I feel like leadership is huge.
Mm-hmm.
And then when Urban was there, what that was, and the Spurrier, just the consistency year after year. I feel like this team, because they're talented now. Don't get it twisted. They have a awesome. Their defensive front is on point. They hands down probably the best pass catching player in college football is their tight end.
Mm-hmm.
He's exceptional.
Yeah.
And Trisk, I mean, he's been playing outstanding. Like, he broke records for touchdown passes, whatever.
Yeah.
But I feel like they were starting to feel themselves. And
little Pittsburgh Steelers?
It was a little. I think they had a Steeler moment.
Little juju.
I really feel like, because they're like, oh yeah, we finna whoop. They don't even got their guys. Like, how they think, we finna smash, like, whatever.
Yeah, perfect setup game.
Yeah,
boy.
perfect setup game.
Yeah.
And got.
Yep.
How
often have you seen that happen? Like, in your career,
I've
either on the
experienced
team,
it. I
where
mean,
you just like all week long, you're like, man, I'm gonna take it easy this week. We got the Saints. We got the 2004 Saints. Well, they were pretty good back then, but
the one year late in the season, Miami hadn't won a game when I was with the Ravens.
yeah,
and whatever it was, like 12 or something.
yeah,
Roll in, going to handle up.
Yeah.
No big deal. Nope. Took an L to the 0-loss Miami Dolphins.
those guys.
Pride. Absolutely. And
Yeah.
it was, like, if you let them hang around,
Yep,
it's gonna be a game.
absolutely.
Like, and that momentum is a motherfucker.
Yeah,
And that
you can't shift that momentum. What is it? That's that.
It's tough.
You can't see it. You can't hear it, but you can feel it.
You can feel it, man. And it was real. And I mean, that happened. It's happened in college.
Bro, I see it happen. Every bowl season.
It always happens.
Every single bowl season, there's a top 10 team that comes up against one of these, teams that's not in the Power 5 conferences, and they get their heads knocked out.
It's supposed to be basically a bye.
Yeah.
with the W.
Yeah, it's supposed to be a win.
Yep.
Supposed to be.
Supposed to
Right?
be.
I remember the year Notre Dame beat LSU in a bowl game. This was like 5 years ago.
Oh, when that was,
And LSU, I think, went on to win like the national championship in like the next year. They were very good the next year. But nobody predicted that. Notre Dame won like a 10-9 game. It's like if they'd have just practiced a little harder,
Wow.
they'd have won the game like they're supposed to, you know. But, you know, oftentimes that ego, and athletes are very egotistical beings.
Certainly, especially when you've been successful.
Yeah.
You know, that's gas.
Yeah. And you're looking at this other roster. You're like, I don't know any of these guys.
Man.
And then they pop you one.
Then they pop you.
And you're like, well,
oh shit! Like, damn, they got me.
We call
they
that
took your soul.
Yeah, man, that's
a tough L.
That's that unknown right there. That'll
L,
get
bro.
you, boy. It'll sneak up on you. But I think the coolest thing this weekend in college football was Sarah Fuller out of Vanderbilt.
Right.
Could you run that clip?
Right.
That clip right there. I don't know if you know, but she is the first female to ever score a point in the NCAA. Right.
That's awesome.
And kick the field goal. Tennessee, man, y'all got to be real bad to let Vanderbilt score a touchdown, first of all. But, you know, y'all end up handling your business as we thought. But, no, man, she went in there and kicked the field goal, man.
Follow through, baby.
Yeah, and they gave her some smelling salt when she came off the field. So,
you had the smelling salt?
I have had them.
Yeah.
See, I'm that knucklehead.
We'll have to talk about KO sometime.
Do you think before the game they talked about no roughing the kicker type deal, like no true rush? Because the guys on the ends like basically stood up on the extra point, like they didn't even rush the kicker.
Well, it might have been safe.
On an extra point though?
Yeah, you can still play safe. I mean, absolutely.
Yeah,
you can play safe, but I don't know.
They probably had some type of talk. It was like, hey, we're gonna score.
Yeah.
Y'all ease up on the rush a little bit. Let her kick this extra point.
No.
You don't think so?
No.
Oh, come on, bro.
No.
That was zero effort given on the block.
Have you seen a block when they were in safe?
Yes.
Zero effort. It's the same thing. Stand up, look for a fake.
Are you typically in safe like in a 7-0 game though?
Huh? You might be. Like you just said, they let Vanderbilt score.
Yeah.
Meaning Vanderbilt
might do anything right
now.
Who
knows what the fuck they're gonna do?
Especially with this female kicker back here. They might be throwing a fluke.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like I certainly never played pro, never played college. But I don't ever want to see
the competition weaken for.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't ever want to be on the field and see, they're ahead by like, nah.
Yeah.
No, it's a home.
Yeah.
It's about to go down.
Yeah.
I don't care
just letting up.
I don't care who you like. Like you got one eye, one leg. Jamie out there playing. You going down?
Yeah, he getting his head knocked off today on the other side.
Yeah,
of the field.
absolutely.
And that's how it should be.
Now, if I'm up by 27,
you're still going to.
We'll let you have one field goal.
Yeah.
No, I just thought that was very cool.
If there's 3 seconds left in the game, go for it.
Yeah.
38-year-old me, yes.
Yeah.
28 and below, fuck no. You're not getting shit.
Yeah, man. Oklahoma was supposed to play this weekend. Y'all supposed to play against West Virginia, right?
Mm-hmm.
COVID beat them this weekend.
Yep.
COVID beat Ohio State. COVID beat Purdue. They beat Cincy. They beat Texas. They beat Ole Miss. We all got affected by COVID this week a little bit.
Everybody got hit,
Little Texas, little Ole Miss, little OU right there.
Yeah.
It's all good. I'm glad you guys take a COVID test before you came in today.
Who, me?
Good?
Yeah.
Nah.
I ran 10 miles.
Hey man,
he did. I took my vitamins.
I can taste this whiskey real good right now. And smell it too.
All up in there. Open that whole thing.
Take that taste test. But yeah, man, that's NCAA. Wasn't much to talk about. NFL was a lot more interesting this week. To say the least.
That's
man.
Great ball.
Y'all Super Bowl picks both took an L. Pittsburgh took their second loss in a row. Right, we're not even really mentioning them. I just want to throw that out there.
Yep. But my fantasy squad, like Deontay Johnson, bro. Like,
what happened?
My guy dropped, I want to say 5 balls in that game.
Wow.
Came out and they were feeding him. First 8 plays, he probably got 4 thrown his way, and he dropped 4.
Yeah. Would you him over Claypool?
In fantasy?
No,
Oh, just overall?
Game.
They're
scheme.
different guys. I love Deontay because he is a route runner. Like, he's going to be open. He gets open. Like, he's quick. He's sudden. He has a great feel for the game, and he's tough. He just has what I had when I was a freshman. Like, when I was young, it was like everything because he's a playmaker. He wants to just get it, go.
Yeah.
And he is not looking the ball.
Running
It's a
before
very
the ball,
simple
yeah.
thing. Like, but that's what he's doing. And anyway, but I like him over Claypool in that regard. Claypool, I mean, super versatile. Love his size, and I mean it's a tough pick.
Yeah,
but,
because I've noticed they both get their share of
touches.
they both get their share of touches and their opportunities, man.
Which is, I love Pittsburgh for that.
Yeah, too. And I think, and they also got to get the ball to Juju, but I know we really didn't put him in the mix right here. But before going to all the way into the NFL, one last thing: Notre Dame, Clemson this weekend, ACC championship.
The rematch.
Let's get it with Trevor Lawrence. Let's get it.
You ready to take that out?
Man, I ain't putting no money on him. I'll tell you that much. Man, I will be watching. I will be watching, bro.
So the enthusiasm
little shaky
there.
pockets over here.
No, it's,
we
I got
can.
nerves now.
Huh?
I got nerves now. I'm pretty dang nervous about it. But I still think Notre Dame will be straight. I think we've got a solid enough defense, and I think our offense can hold the ball long enough against those guys to keep Trevor off the field. But we shall see.
We shall see.
We shall
I'll put my money on Clemson.
We'll
I'm
see
just
if you're wearing
saying.
your Notre Dame jersey next week.
Hey, man. Hey, baby.
Hey, he gonna win it. He gonna wear it.
I'll wear it.
Win, lose, or
regardless,
draw. He gonna
I'm
wear
Notre
that thing.
Dame down, baby.
Yeah.
To the guts, to the soul. But yeah, it's gonna be another great one this week, man. We've seen the past two games, Clemson mollywopped us in the previous game, and then the last time we played them, we got them barely.
But
with Trevor Lawrence off the field.
That was a tough win. It was a good, tough win without Trevor Lawrence.
Gritty win. So we'll see how it goes. I don't think there's much of a drop off in production between Trevor Lawrence and the quarterback. I can't say his name right now. Ugalele. Yeah, I don't think there's much of a difference in production. I think there might be a difference in confidence, though.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Indeed. I don't. Yeah. What I mean, he still threw for.
Yeah, he still had
six.
solid
It
games.
was some serious. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, but Trevor, where he is, just game flow and like you're like that confidence and the vibe that the offense will have throughout the game, I think will change because like you're talking about, you guys keeping them off the field.
Vice versa. Yeah.
Like
Vice versa.
That's real because y'all are dangerous.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I mean, it ain't no joke.
And Trevor's hands down a number one draft pick this year, unless he chooses.
His hands down.
I believe he's hands down number one.
Over Fields.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, that's 6'6" athleticism is a different. You can't teach that.
You can't.
You know what I mean? No matter what Fields does, he can't do that. I'll tell you that right now. But
he can't grow. That's right. You can't.
Yeah. But my bad, so had to jump back. I didn't want to
no doubt.
didn't want to move past my favorite story of the day.
No doubt.
But back to the NFL. Cowboys got that dub this week, 30-7.
Yeah, what did they do?
Andy Dalton got to go back home and do what Des Bryant could not and play against his old team. And
True.
Sorry about that, Des, man. That still chaps my booty.
Yeah.
The
test was positive.
I wanted to see you destroy them Cowboys, even though that's my squad, man. They shouldn't have done that to you. But Andy went into Cincinnati and handled up, man. He looked like he should still be a starting quarterback somewhere.
Okay. A win for the Cowboys versus who?
The Bengals, nothing. 2-9-1.
Who?
2-9-1.
Weren't they in the Super Bowl like in the 80s?
Yeah, that's Icky Wood Shuffle, baby.
Yeah, they was. Yeah,
that's the Icky Wood Shuffle.
That was the Icky Wood.
Have they been Super Bowl since then?
Was it like a Curtis
receiver? It was them against the 49ers, wasn't it?
Was it the Niners, and then they lost.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
But since then, nothing?
No.
Okay. And this year,
Swedish uniforms sometimes.
Indeed, Swedish.
Hey, those helmets, man, I used to love them as a kid.
Yeah.
If I didn't love that goal so much, that might have been my favorite team.
Yeah. They're dope.
Yeah.
The Bengals is dope.
It's Grandview High School. They are the Zebras.
Oh, that's what they run? Oh, yeah.
And they wear black and white helmets like that, and they are sick, bro.
They fire.
They're sick, bro. Kind of like Memphis, but
bro, that was
Yeah, but I mean, it was
that was a good win.
lackluster win of the
No
week.
no win in the NFL is easy. No win in the NFL
Yeah,
is
the
easy.
Cowboys went out and dominated the Bengals, which we all hoped they would do, and I'm kind of surprised they actually did, but got a win. I don't know why they would want to win at this point, but hey, there you go.
Sir,
We got 4
there it
wins
is.
on the season now. 5 wins, I guess.
You got to do something.
Way to go. Slow clap. Slow clap. Yeah. On to the next, and this is probably from probably the most everybody probably took a nap at least once during the Cowboys and Bengals game to the most electric game of the week, which was Baltimore and Cleveland.
Yep.
Tell me about
Woo!
it, bro. Tell me about
It's
it.
incredible, bro.
Man, bro.
It was incredible.
It was
bro.
back and forth, bro. I didn't know
It was
what.
up.
I didn't know what was going on.
I mean, that fourth quarter was explosive. Is really what it was.
yeah. You think that Miles
Even
Garrett elbow injury had anything
Lamar
to do
to
with
the toilet.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And they said he-
Explosive.
When you got to go.
was that your meme that I saw? That had,
Yeah, bro.
with DK
Oh,
Metcalf chasing the other buddy?
Yeah. It said Cleveland's
said
lead.
Cleveland, and then
And
Cleveland's
then
lead, and then
Lamar Jackson coming
after
back
he
from
took a poop.
Yes, bro.
That was great, man. No, that
Man, it
was
awesome.
that game was
explosive,
nuts,
bro.
man. Lamar Kabul, man. Like once he
It
gets
was
some
exciting.
legs going, bro. If he's in some good weather, dry field conditions, man, and they spread that thing out, bro. It's tough to stop those.
It's very tough to stop when he is lanes.
Yeah.
I mean, that's it. When you're playing a team that's not very disciplined, you're going to get exposed with that guy in that offense.
Mhm.
But on top of that, for me, I was very happy for Baker
Mhm.
because I want Baker to be so good just as an alum, watching him come in and do what he did at Oklahoma and so on and so forth. But I've always loved Baker. But for him to have this kind of stretch of consistent quarterback play and putting his team in position to win games,
Yeah.
and then putting his team in position in big games, primetime games to win a game. Shoot, that last drive for them to go down and score, I was like, holy shit, that was quick.
Yep.
But then, as a Raven, I was like, whew, good thing that was quick.
Yeah.
Let's
Yeah.
go.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
That was-
yeah, man.
That was so much fun to watch, man. Just back and forth and
Yeah,
just
bro.
entertaining football. You can't ever go wrong
doubt.
with that, man. Can't
No
ever
doubt.
go wrong with that. But
No, no.
congrats to the Ravens. Your
It
Baltimore
was huge.
Ravens,
It was
man.
huge.
That
We
was a great
needed
win
it.
for
I
them
think
again.
like our season has been on the line.
Yeah.
And we needed that more than anything.
Yeah. Yep.
Because without that,
Hey, we'll
we
see
might
what
be
they
watching.
do from here on out, man. They got a chance. It looks like they're on the right tick, and the Pittsburgh is on the not so good.
yeah,
On the down tick right now, right? Those 2
Yeah.
straight losses.
which is not bad.
yeah, but at the end of the season, you want to be going up.
No, I mean we're not at the end,
Yeah, but
yeah.
getting there.
I mean, I losing week 12 or my 12th and 13th game is better than losing 14, 15. It's like,
Yeah, for sure.
yeah.
For sure. And then, man, so
But
that
we'll
was
see.
super, super entertaining. We're going to see how that whole, because that's a hell of a conference there, man.
It is.
With the Browns and the Ravens and the Steelers.
Lots of defense.
Who else is in that conference, man?
That's us.
there's
The
one more that I
Bengals,
missed.
man.
Oh, yeah.
You
You got to have a
they're
bottom
relevant.
feeder. Got to have a bottom. And they're definitely they're claiming that spot. So, congrats, Bengals.
Yeah.
And then, Jalen Hurts, man. We got a little controversy in Philly, like for real now,
Yeah,
bro.
you got your $100 million man sitting on the bench,
Sitting on the bench taking notes, watching this rook
holding
come
the
in.
clipboard.
He's got the greatest job in America.
Anybody
man-
out there want to get paid $100 million to hold a clipboard?
Hold a clipboard. Don't get hit in practice. Don't get hit in the game.
I'll take it. Like,
I'm still getting my check. He's
I'll
still
have it.
getting that big paycheck
That's what I
after
was
the
going to
game.
be doing anyway.
Come on, bro. You serious? I'd rather.
bro.
I wonder if Wentz is even mad right now. He's probably like, hey, I'm
No.
gonna milk this cow.
Oh, he ain't mad.
His knees are happy.
He loved the Lord. He's like, he heard my cry. Everything is all good. He's good.
He's like, I'm not starting that. No
gosh,
problem.
gee, Willikers.
No
Like,
problem.
Oh, man.
Let me.
Yeah,
I'm going straight to the
yeah.
bank after this game, though.
I mean,
you know?
that game check still hit.
Yeah, it's hitting, bro. It's hitting, man.
bro.
And he is holding that clipboard. But yeah, congrats to Jalen Hurts, man. He went out there. He went and balled out, man. He managed the offense.
He managed the offense
Against
well.
the number 1 ranked defense. And
yeah.
completed passes.
And made good decisions with
yeah.
the ball in his hands, on the move, scrambling.
Yeah.
When to run, when to throw it away, like that. That's winning football, and clearly they won. But yeah,
the kid's temperament, bro, is he is right. He is exactly what you want out of a quarterback. He's not emotional.
Yep.
His ups are right here. His downs are right here. And that type of guy, you can keep on coming and keep pounding away at other guys, bro. Congrats, great job right there, man. I can't stand Philly, but Jalen Hurts, man, great job, Rook.
Boomer, baby.
Smart, skillful, and stable. That's good.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. And then Washington football's defense went out there and won another game.
Yep. Tell you, watch them.
Yeah.
They may win their first round game.
I'm mad I didn't just take the game straight up. I put them in a parlay this week, but I picked them to win. They were underdogs again to the 49ers. Yes. I'm like, what is going on? Who's looking at this? Because I'm just sitting here like, this is the easiest bet of the day.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
Washington football team, I don't know, quite honestly, I'd like to see them go against Kansas City just because I'd like to see that defense versus that offense.
I would too. I would love to see that.
Yeah.
It might be a Kansas City, not quite Houston, but them having to come back, like Mahomes having to make a game-winning drive to win with that. Because they that.
If the Chiefs and the football team make it to the Super Bowl, how much longer do the Chiefs keep their name?
What? Their name?
Their name?
They keep it.
They're having to make changes just like everybody else. The Cleveland Indians, they're having to change their name. They're changing their name.
Do they have to, or were there pressure to?
They don't have to.
They didn't have to. There was more pressure on Washington because that name had more derogatory appeal to it than the others.
Yeah, but I think they're ridding all the Native American names.
Are they really?
Mm-hmm. Like Fighting Sioux from North Dakota University, no more. Right.
Well, what they could do is their Chiefs. That's not the only thing that means. So they could just, instead of changing the name, they could just sort of change the name, the mascot,
the branding behind it. Yeah. The Chief.
And they could do like their
a number of things.
Or like their chief
executive the chief,
the CEO,
and the Indians could change theirs to like orange and green colors and just eat a lot of vegetables and
but orange and green in baseball just isn't right, man.
Yeah, orange and green.
That's Miami Hurricane football.
Oh man, orange and green.
Unless we're talking a little NCAA like baseball playoffs.
It's like one of the teams that was on Angels in the outfield. There was an orange and green team.
Angels in the outfield, man. That was one of my favorite flicks, boy. That's one of my favorite flicks. Oscar, you can cut that Redskins clip, but yeah, man. Angels in the outfield, bro. I actually wanted to play for the Angels growing up, bro. Like I was hoping they drafted me, bro, because at the time Walt Disney owned them too. But
Angels. My squad was Oakland growing up.
Yep. The Oakland MC Hammer, Bat Boy. Yeah, bro. Ricky Henderson now. I thought I was Ricky Henderson, though.
Yeah.
Rock number 24, had the Mizunos with the padded back on them, the neon green gloves.
Had young, like McGuire them, and those guys was in there.
I was like, he's out there wearing motorcycle gloves. I'm a little kid not knowing what's going on. But, no, man, I used to love those days back in the day, too, bro.
Yeah.
But back to football. I know we're all over the place right now, but Washington football team is going to be something to reckon with, like we thought.
Agreed.
Kansas City this week, man, I just wanted to throw them back in the mix because they just been rolling, man, and we can't, we got to give them props. They're back in that number one spot after Pittsburgh took their second loss in a row this week.
To a good Buffalo team.
Buffalo, yeah. Oh man, the playoffs are going to be so good.
It's going to be really good.
At least in the AFC.
I love football. Like I love because.
So much parity.
It's always there. Like it is.
It's a ton of parity.
So much talent from top down.
A ton of talent in the
top down. Right so much talent, bro.
Yeah, you can't. Like I'm looking. I like looking at these games, and I'm looking every week, and I'm just like, man, I don't know. Like even Miami versus Kansas City, it's like, I don't know. What?
Yeah,
I don't know. I don't know who's gonna show up this week.
Don't know, bro. Yeah,
you don't know, and it's always, it's awesome, it's always it's matchups.
It is.
You know
it really
what I'm saying?
is.
It's all about matchups. Just like Chicago.
And how you scheme it up, like it. Yeah.
Chicago dominated. Who they beat this week?
Chicago.
I'm so sorry.
We're gonna pull it up.
Yeah, we'll pull it up real quick. But the Chicago Bears took on a pretty decent team in the blank. I wish I was a little quicker. But anyways, I mean, nobody thought they were going to go win this game like they did. I think it was the Texans.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Chicago went out and handled the Texans 36-7, bro.
Total domination.
Where does that come from? just a couple weeks ago, I thought the Texans were going to be on an uptick.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
And now they got 2 losses in a row and
There you
one
go.
to the Chicago stinking Bears.
Bears.
We ain't even talking about no Mike Dick.
Right. I was just thinking that.
We ain't talking about no Mike Singletary.
There's no fridge and no Ditka in this.
You know?
In this mix.
Dick Butkus. None of them on this
None of
team
them.
right here. And they went out and dominated Houston. You know,
Wow.
that definitely wasn't the Oilers. That's that AFL team I've been telling y'all about that somehow got into the NFL, 10 years ago? The Texans.
The Texans.
That's the fake football team. But anyway, man, Kansas City, man, y'all, I'm going to keep watching y'all. Y'all, money's on y'all.
Yeah, they're on the way.
Don't disappoint me, man. And I hope y'all can keep y'all's name after y'all play the Redskins in the Super Bowl this year.
Yeah, Chief Executive Officers.
Yeah, the CEOs, Kansas City CEOs. How about that?
You can wear a tie on the field.
Yeah,
That's right.
They got a tie on their helmet right here.
Change it up.
They got a tie going down the back of the helmet right here.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, we can go ahead and move to the tech talk now, Jonas. You know,
Well, it's one more sport that wrapped up their season this week.
Mhm.
Formula One.
Mm-hmm.
That's my baby.
Yep.
They wrapped up their season this week. Talking about parity.
Mm-hmm.
You know, one of the complaints about Formula One is always that Mercedes and Ferrari are just so far ahead of everybody else, which is true. But this year, between coronavirus and some new I was going to say fields, but some new tracks and some new rules, a lot of that parity has been Mercedes still way out there ahead of everybody else, but a lot of that parity has been restored. So the final standings, Lewis Hamilton, no big surprise, has taken home another world championship.
Nice.
His teammate Valtteri Bottas, also on Mercedes, did pretty well as well.
Yep.
And Max Verstappen, the hot shot from the Netherlands, hot-headed kid from the Netherlands, who's coming along really well. Real exciting to watch.
We got red.
Leeds.
Again, Red Bull, right? That's right.
Red
Bull.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
my favorite soccer team on FIFA.
And the really interesting one though is when you get down to fourth place, Sergio Perez from Mexico, first Mexican to break top 5 in I think like 20 something years.
Okay.
First one to win in decades and decades. Won a couple of weeks ago.
Wow.
And he's racing. He's driving for Racing Point, which is a Mercedes client team. Like they've been passed around from different owners 3 or 4 times in the last 10 years, and now these guys have come out of nowhere with to just blow things away, and then Renault with Daniel Ricciardo took 5th, which is that's just amazing. It's like. There's competition again.
Yeah.
Really? Yeah.
Yeah. Hamilton didn't even win his. He was like 3rd or 4th on the last.
He just won the points,
race.
overall points.
He won overall points. Yeah.
Nice. Yeah. We knew that though.
Started the season. First race of the season. Very first race of the season. The winning car comes across the finish line with like 2 flat tires.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Wow.
she's like skidding across the finish line on sparks and
Made it.
Really?
rubber.
That's
And,
awesome.
closing out the season with the worst fireball crash
Yeah, that was insane.
in decades.
Yeah.
This is the
It's
2020
been a while.
season for
Right.
dang sure.
And then the world champion is out for COVID.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And I swear to God, I think George Russell would have won the race that he swapped in for Lewis for Hamilton if it hadn't been for some screwy stuff that happened.
Some
Right.
technical
Technicalities.
technicalities, yeah.
So what was the change that's going to help restore parity? What was on
Well, they've made some rule changes to the way that and it gets so crazy technical. I'm doing. Probably shouldn't talk about that. Doing some work with a NASCAR team and finding out that their rules are pretty wild, wacky too.
Oh yeah.
But
They have a chance to win.
but they changed the way that the you're right.
What's the
They
name
changed
again?
the way the some of the engine stuff worked. And so it caught Ferrari out. So Ferrari is way back down in the pack now. which is great to see. I mean, like nothing against Ferrari, but it's great to see the competition.
Yeah.
Mercedes had a little bit more money and was a little bit further ahead, and so it just worked out better for them. So they've been able to mostly dominate.
Who's on this rules committee?
Yeah, right. Good point. Yeah, that's a good question. I'll have to look that up sometime.
Yeah, so you like me, man. I'm a conspiracy theorist like all the way. I'm always trying to figure out.
Where'd that person come from?
Right.
Yeah.
Is that call his brother?
Right. Yeah. Why is this even existing? Like, who is benefiting from this right now?
Yeah, that's been one of the things that's repeatedly, this consistently brought up is that the teams that certain teams, Ferrari and Mercedes, basically,
certainly,
and more recently Red Bull, because they come in and drop tons of
they got the cash.
Basically.
Oh, they got the cash.
So have come in and done a lot of it's just some things about the way that the organization is structured lend itself to a certain amount of what's the word? It's not advantage.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, I mean it's a winner take all sport.
Did Red Bull hire somebody from Mercedes? They put somebody from Mercedes
years ago. Yeah. It's been a couple of years.
Yeah.
But this year with Hamilton talking about, well, I don't know if I'm going to race for Mercedes again, and Toto Wolff, which has been the driving force for Mercedes technical general management, basically, also talking about possibly retiring or doing something different.
They're just bored. They just want another challenge, or what?
Well, they just broken all the records and won all the championships.
All right, I'm too good.
Yeah, right.
This ain't fair anymore.
Yeah.
I'm too good. I'm way too good.
That's it. That's enough. All right.
Quit while you're ahead.
Yeah.
So,
I'll give you guys a chance next year and jump in a new vehicle. How about that?
It'll be Red Bull.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
that new $100 million contract.
There's truth to that.
Yeah.
So that's my sport that I'm following all the time.
Right on.
Yeah.
I love it, man.
And do hope to see some new things, some interesting things come from an association with NASCAR this year.
And wait till they get those electrical vehicles out there.
Yeah, the e racing is Formula E and some of the other e racing things.
I bet those vehicles fly, but you don't hear anything.
That's the thing. You hear the tires.
Yeah.
You hear the tires.
Yeah, that'll screech.
Like the screeches and the wind from, but there's no engine noise at all.
It reminds me, the little tracks
stupid
we used to,
fast. Yeah.
The tracks we used to play with as kids. Like a car track, and they have a little thing on the bottom of the car. You put them on there, and they racing around there. I had a super duper double looper.
Yeah.
Super duper double looper.
Had the gap, the jump gap.
Oh yeah, that was good. Yes, the super duper double looper.
An orange Lamborghini on that.
Yeah, boy, that's like we're hitting them curves.
But that's what I think of when I think about electrical vehicles racing. Like that same type of just ingenuity, no sound, and these cars flying around the track.
You hear the scratching against the
real
side of the thing.
And we've seen there have been some high quality drivers that have gone to Formula E, and it's going to be real interesting to see where that goes. Yeah, because that is, I mean,
it's dangerous too, bro.
Oh yeah,
those guys are flying.
Right,
they are moving, bro.
They are flying. They're moving. Yeah, and they're close. First of all, they're close together. Yeah. So the cars are wider. It's a little bit wider than a normal car, an average car. Not about the same as.
But why? Because they don't have an engine.
Because they got to have
some grip
for those tires. Yeah. You got to have a foundation.
Yeah, you got to be able to control themselves.
You got to be able to control yourself, and that's we talked about a couple of times that how emotionally in control those guys are. Yeah, talking about the quarterback being stable. Yeah. You have got to be, because crazy shit happens on there on those racetracks, and you can't get wound up in. Right. And you see that when younger drivers, that are slow, that are moving up through the ranks of different organizations. Yeah. Will move from one to the other, and they're young, and they got a lot of hormones floating around, and something will happen. They'll get all pissy about something, and then they'll end up losing the race, wrecking, or whatever.
Right, right.
Because they just let those emotions get ahead of them.
Yeah.
Nice.
But yeah, so technical stuff, some interesting stuff. So you remember? Did you ever watch that movie Predator?
Yeah.
You ever watch the Predator
Absolutely.
movies?
Yeah.
Those are bomb movies, right?
Mhm.
Right.
Good. That's a good Schwarzenegger flick.
Indeed.
But remember how the Predator was like invisible?
Mud.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Remember that?
Yeah.
So they've developed this artificial, what they're calling artificial skin, that not only mimics the background, what's behind it,
Chameleon.
but like chameleon, yeah.
Oh shit.
But also, even for like infrared.
Oh
It
shit.
even reflects the infrared.
Wow.
signature
From
of what's
detecting
behind
like heat.
it. Yeah.
I need this.
Yeah. So it's so.
Yeah.
so
We need to
it's-
find some of this.
I mean, it's legit. Like, there's,
we did it. Huh?
they're-
Oscar, make a call.
Yeah, they're,
Man, bro.
so it's not quite ready for prime time because they have to like manually change it from like they have a camera over here,
Mhm.
so they haven't connected quite the
Oh, okay.
top to the
Gotcha.
bottom fully
Okay.
yet.
Okay.
But the proof of concept is there,
No
and,
doubt.
and it's not. I mean, that part is not super difficult to do. Like there's
Yeah.
They're gonna figure it out.
other people have
Scaling.
figured out how to do
Scale.
that.
Yeah, they figured out the
yeah,
hard
You can
part.
scale.
Yeah, really, they have.
They
So
figured
it's,
out the
so it's basically it's little like squares. So you've seen like the new camo patterns that they have.
Mhm.
They're little squares.
Mhm.
Little
Yep.
digital
Same
looking.
concept. They
Yep.
got little squares of this fabric, which is
Right.
flexible. It like molds to your skin and stuff.
Right.
It's super.
Like Under Armour.
Maybe not quite that good, but
Yeah.
but it's not it's not like stiff, like hard,
We got you.
scaly stuff. It's,
Snakeskin
it's
boots.
It's flexible.
Yeah.
It's flexible. Like,
And so each one of those little squares
right.
changes color, can change to all these different colors
Right.
independently.
Right.
So you can get
Which
this
you can get
this
those
really
gradients
it's
and
wacky.
The,
Wow. That's really cool. I wish we had a graphic of that. We gotta check that out. I'm gonna
No,
check
we
it
Yeah,
out.
gotta-
you
gotta-
gotta-
yeah, we're
definitely need to check that out.
Yeah.
I mean,
What was the name of that
we need to
again?
figure out how to get on the list.
I'd say
Yeah, bro.
yeah, look for artificial skin,
We got you.
camouflage.
Oh, that's filthy.
Like, I
Others-
think,
That's
Hunter's
my,
gonna love that.
I'm down
The-
to wear that. I haven't worn a Halloween costume in a while.
right.
You wear
I
that?
would wear that.
I would totally-
naked,
I would
like,
totally do that.
nothing but that.
Right.
I would totally wear that.
Invisible Man?
Yeah.
And ride through.
And just some
Yeah.
little
That'd be
glowy,
great.
little glowy
Everybody.
predator eyes.
Yeah,
That
I'm
would
gonna go
be-
all.
that would be
Yeah.
awesome.
Oh my
That'd
god.
be great.
Please, Oscar, wait, we got to find this.
Yeah,
Fine.
that'd be great.
Oh, that's awesome,
I can make it in post production.
You're right.
man.
What else we got, Jay?
Well, okay, so a little more serious. In
Oh.
the European Union has dropped some
The EU?
new plans. So they haven't. This isn't fully law yet. But
Yeah.
they've got
Okay.
a plan to put more regulation on the on these big tech companies, Google and Facebook, and so on,
Mhm.
Baidu even, and like they're whether it's to me it's a little unclear exactly how they decide what is an infringement. So there's some judgment stuff, which is typical for the EU. Like they've got a good governance model there in the sense that rather than jumping on something like the way we would do, we would jump on something like coronavirus or whatever and say, okay, everybody's got to do this,
Mhm.
and then find out like 2 weeks later that what we just said was totally wrong.
Yeah.
we needed to actually have done this instead.
Yeah.
So what they do is
don't
they
do
put
that.
some
Yeah,
general
not do that. Like, yeah.
general sort of guidelines out there and say, okay, we're going to do this. Okay, but like that's not very specific, dude. So over a period of time, they
They
build
start to
more. They narrow it in, zero it in.
Yeah.
It takes longer, and it's and they make mistakes too.
But that makes more
but it
sense,
makes-
actually.
Yeah, I mean it's
Like,
for a loose conglomeration
Correct.
of independent states.
they
to-
call it
to-
a
it's good way
regulatory
forward.
sandbox.
Right,
where you
yes,
just kinda,
very much so, that's
all
right.
Let's
So
figure it
so
out.
Yeah.
the thing that they have done, or at least in their plan, what they have included in there is that we have not done for tech companies is they put some serious penalties in there, like
Ooh.
break. Like if you do this, we're gonna split you up. Like this
Oh,
type of
not
monopoly
just,
thing.
Not just monetary fines.
Not I haven't even got to the monetary fines.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, so there's
Okay.
there's serious fines if repeat offenders can lose like 10% of their revenue to the EU. Like
Mhm.
just
That's big.
like not just a one-time fine, but an ongoing
Yeah.
Like if you're going to keep doing that, we're going to keep charging
funding
you.
it.
Like this is going to be a
Wow.
permanent, like almost like a tax thing. You want to play
For-
rough?
for
We're
the
going
in-
to play rough.
Wow.
That's brutal.
How do they?
So,
I mean, you know,
whether
I'm trying
that
to say
passes
ways
or
around
not,
as a company.
yeah.
Like,
Yeah, I mean,
I got a
I'm
home
sure
base
there's, I'm
over
sure there's,
here, and you want to, you
Right.
can find this one over there,
right.
which has
So
the
that's-
least of our risk.
Yeah.
Like,
and that's the thing about that is, and even here, like we're looking at probably there's going to be some unwinding of some of the stuff that Facebook has bought in
I
the
saw
last
that.
years. Google is probably in the same boat.
Yep.
The reality is, the only people who are going to be pissy about that, really, or should be, is the founders.
Yeah.
Because they want to keep control of the company.
Absolutely.
But the reality is, for everybody else, all the other stakeholders, odds are you're going to come out. As a company, it's going to come out better.
Yep.
As an employee, you're going to have more control over a smaller company.
More stake. Mhm.
As a shareholder, you're going to get shares in both companies. Both companies are probably going to go up.
Mhm.
So
You want
overall, from these, they're scary, yes, but overall, from these breakups, it's a win-win.
Right. That's good.
Like for everybody, but
Yeah.
But
yeah.
as long as you're not the
Except for
founder.
Yeah.
so that's
awesome.
real interesting. A little okay. Since you didn't
You don't like it?
you didn't like that, you
You
didn't
don't
like the. Let's be
No,
serious.
no.
So here's some good news. A research group in Australia has done a study that they claim proves that you are just as productive if you're working in your pajamas as if you're working in a suit. So
goes against the whole look good, feel good.
yeah, which
more productive type
which I
approach.
have even I've even gone with that in the past. Although more recently, I mean, I'm not saying that I have been on Zoom calls.
What you mean,
in
like-
my pajamas?
Like how I am right now in my pajamas, my Ravens pajamas right now. Like, I'm really, like right now.
I got the PJs down low,
Thank
and I got
you.
the shirt and tie up top, right?
Yeah. I mean,
Like,
that's
yeah, I'm in PJs.
first of all, it's an interesting thing, and unfortunately, not everybody has the opportunity to work from home.
Yeah.
So I don't know if working at KFC in your pajamas
Gotcha.
It's gonna-
is
it's
covered
gonna
by
be-
this.
yeah.
Like that's a whole
Indeed.
other study.
Yeah.
So maybe we should try that. I
Yeah.
mean,
I don't know if I'd like to
Pull
eat.
up.
Yeah, at a spot where people are in their
Well,
pajamas.
if you're eating breakfast,
they got
I
pajamas.
still
They
don't
got
want
hair
breakfast.
and rollers.
unless it's late night.
I'm like, y'all are in. Y'all,
If it's
okay,
late
you're
night,
in
if
breakfast
it's
break.
late night
It's late
and it's a
night.
hole in the wall,
It's like relaxed.
hole in the wall, you can wear whatever you want.
Flip flops.
Yeah, I've seen some
Yeah.
crazy
Very
looking
short.
cats in hole in the
Absolutely.
walls with some smash and onion rings.
Yeah.
know
That's
what I'm
that's some good food.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Like, man, what are you putting these on your rings?
Matter of fact, when I go into a hole in the wall, I don't want to see a suit. You
Right.
know,
Right.
I want to see some
Oh,
snoops,
man.
some barbecue sauce,
That's right.
and then
That's good.
somebody wearing some ankle socks,
I
and
love it.
some white socks and black sandals. You know.
So I don't know what I'll
love
give you two options here. We can talk about we can take a few minutes to talk about what we think we know that we don't necessarily know all about, or we can talk about white oil.
White oil.
That caught me right there, bro.
It did.
I gotta
You
get
know what
that.
white oil is? You ever heard of this?
Is it
No.
sleek? Would it be sleek equals smooth and chocolate flavored?
No, because sleek is not oily at all. It's got a very light and refreshing
Really?
Chocolatey.
light chocolatey. It's
Okay.
not heavy at
Speaking
all.
of, let me
Very pleasant smell.
try that.
Okay, so,
you want to try a little of that?
White oil refers to lithium,
Okay.
Oh wow.
which is a whitish metal. And where you have run across lithium before, unless you were taking it for years ago,
And a battery, right?
is in the batteries. That's
Definitely
right.
in the battery.
Rechargeable batteries. They're in your phones. They're in your iPads. They're in your computers.
Right.
In your car, if you got an electric car. The problem is that lithium is okay. So the problem with lithium is, one, it's a very rare, it's fairly rare metal,
Yeah.
fairly rare metal.
Expensive.
Unlike, it's expensive. It's difficult to mine. It's not as bad as some things, but it is a little bit toxic. So you don't like you have to handle it
Yeah.
carefully.
Gotcha.
And unlike oil, which for years and years, we were able to pump out of the ground. And okay, maybe you don't like seeing oil drilling rigs, and maybe we're a little bit noisy, but I don't think anybody in Texas.
And maybe
is
we're
gonna
having more
complain.
earthquakes and things than normal.
Yeah.
Especially if
Maybe.
it's on your lane.
Right.
Like,
But then
no
again,
complaint.
if you're getting paid for it, then you know.
Yeah.
But the problem with lithium is it's not a liquid that you can just pump out of the ground.
Yeah.
It's a hard, it's metal.
Right.
It's an oxidized form that when they pull it out of the ground, and it takes a lot of effort to dig it out. It's getting mined much the same way as they mine coal. Everybody's griping about the coal mines, strip mining, and all that.
So the
Well,
process
they're basically doing the same thing.
Yeah.
And the processing of it is pretty energy intensive. It's very expensive.
It's not very efficient whatsoever.
It's not super efficient. So every time we're throwing away a
Double A. Or, I mean, a
rechargeable
whatever.
battery,
Yeah.
phone, or whatever. Like, we're really wasting a resource that is less renewable, if anything,
Wow.
than oil. Because I mean,
Wow.
there's other ways that we could make oil.
Mhm.
Like we know how to make synthetic petroleum.
So,
Like, it's not cheap and it's not energy efficient either.
But it's made, and you put
we
it
don't
in
know
the
how to
car.
make any more lithium.
Yeah.
When we've used all that up, if it's all in a landfill, we're gonna have to go back to that landfill, dig it out, and extract it again.
So a bad lithium battery still has value.
Bad lithium battery still has value. The problem again is we just don't focus on recycling things as much as we probably need to start.
Yeah.
Because a lot of these things that make our lives wonderful run on very rare rare minerals that are not easy to come by, and we're not making any more of them.
Right.
Like, it's
Right.
not something where you just go, oh well, I can go use some of these corn stuff byproducts and
Yeah,
make that
cornstarch
biodiesel
to
and
make
refine
battery,
it down
yeah.
to something
No,
else.
no.
Like that's not happening with lithium. I mean,
Gotcha.
there is how much it is.
Yeah. And
So
So that's what makes it white. Like, what makes the white?
So
oil?
it's because the metal is sort of whitish,
very white,
like an aluminum kind of color,
Gotcha.
and they're saying it's valuable.
Gotcha.
It's this valuable stuff that we're pulling out of the ground. Like, I think white coal would have worked better,
Yeah.
Indeed.
personally, but
so the thing
Yeah.
is, they say
A little
that
more of a solid.
right, it's a little more
next
solid.
10 to 15 years, majority of people are going to be driving electric vehicles or whatnot.
Almost certainly going to see way more electric vehicles.
And the problem with that is all these batteries from these vehicles that
So
Yeah, so we
sounds
got
like a
we got
great
batteries.
business idea.
to
What
create
does
a
battery disposal
if there's
business
a-
look like
yeah.
in the future?
So there are batteries. So there is
There's
a
some
battery,
opportunity in this.
No,
There is a
just
battery
saying.
disposal, battery recycling.
I love the way you
Um,
think, bro.
Yeah.
I love the
I'm
way you
just,
think.
yeah.
What'd you say, Oscar?
We gotta get in the battery bit.
We gotta
Yeah, get in the
Yeah,
battery
get in the
business.
battery
There,
business.
and this is a thing. Like
Yeah.
there are battery recycling
Facilities. You know that.
but they're not really as yet. I may be wrong, but to
Okay.
my knowledge, they're not any of them that are really focused on recycling. Pulling the lithium out
Yeah.
specifically.
Yeah.
Jonas, you could be the logo. Like the
Be the logo?
Energizer Bunny keeps going and
It
going.
just keeps going and going.
It's going to be Jonas running. Go ahead, man. Backpack on. I'm like this.
Yeah.
Keeps going and going.
That's interesting though. I mean,
Yeah, that's
That's what-
something I
so-
would totally be
so
interested in.
When
Like,
we
how
when we
to-
talk about
let's-
renewable energy, when we talk about when we're being more environmentally friendly, it's
Certainly.
not as simple as I'll go buy electric cars.
Yeah, because you have to
That's
figure out
that's
what to
good.
do with the
I'm
other
not saying
batteries.
that's wrong.
No
I'm not
doubt.
saying that's a bad
There's
thing to do.
billions of cars
But you also have to think
on
about
the road right now that
where do the batteries
Where you
come
sitting
from?
at?
How are those materials being
No doubt.
refined and built into a battery?
Yeah.
Where does the energy that you're using to process all the lithium, process
doubt.
the batteries,
No
build the
doubt.
car, charge the car
Right.
over and over and over again? Where is all that coming from?
Yeah.
It's not just a one shot fixes everything.
right.
So it's just when we're
So
thinking
you
about
just-
these things, we need to be thinking bigger than
Right.
just the one thing.
Indeed.
Yeah, in the moment.
You're trying to. I mean, you build a reverse supply chain from dead battery to renewed battery, and how does that enter back into the cycle of a car life?
Yeah, right.
All right, here we go.
Right.
Or other products, whatever
And
it is.
and that's what I think. I think what if just completely bullshit here, coming up with something off the top of my head.
Mhm.
But if you were to start a lithium recycling business,
Yeah.
the way to do that would be to take to collect up the batteries from dead phones and the little rechargeable
Yep.
batteries,
Sort of.
and collect all that into one thing and recycle it into car battery.
Agreed.
Electric car
1000%.
batteries. Because the
'Cause
value proposition there is
Significantly
is much bigger.
God.
Like if you can get hooked into that supply chain, and
Absolutely.
maybe phones.
Hey, let's take this conversation offline. Let's take this offline.
Right.
No,
We giving y'all too much,
awesome.
man.
It's like, yeah.
Hey, but
All right,
if,
y'all,
y'all, if
yeah.
you do decide to run
Right.
with it, holla at us.
Holla at us, man.
Come
Hey,
on, man.
we got the fun.
We
Holla at
invited
us,
you
man.
in, invite us in. You know what I mean? That's all I'm trying to
that's
say.
good.
But no,
It
that's
is.
real good stuff right there, Jonas. You bring it every week, bro.
No, that's
You
awesome.
bring it every week, man.
I give one
learned
shout
something.
out to the end. Bitcoin just hit 20,000. It's awesome for all the crypto people out there.
Yep.
I've been involved for a little bit, and so 2017 was amazing, and
There you go. Bitcoin.
looks a little similar. So
Bitcoin.
So,
Man.
so with
I'll jump on that train.
with no investment on your own part at all.
none at all.
Say
I just
hi.
like to watch.
Yeah. I watch.
I watch. I'm like, dang, look at all that money they're making.
Yeah,
It's pretty
man.
awesome.
So buy don't buy now. Give me 20 minutes. And then you can buy it.
And then you can buy it. And on that note,
No,
man, we had another good time this week, man. Thank you guys. You know what I'm
Absolutely,
saying, for bringing it like y'all do every week, man. We're
Likewise.
having fun, man. The crowd's growing. We want to thank everybody for watching and continuing to come back every week, man. Tell a friend. Tell your mama, your daddy, your
Appreciate
cousin,
y'all.
your sister, your auntie, her best friend. Tell somebody what's up, man. Come watch the show, man. We'll see y'all next week. Might have a different name. I don't know. We'll see what's cracking. We will see you for sure. All right, guys.
Peace.
The ABC.
Oh, Cowboy Records. Oh, 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 oh. Oh, oh,
Hey Ross, sauce it up.
Whoa. I've been feeling the love, I've been feeling the vibe. I hope they can feel all the passion I put in it, and you see it in my eyes. Yeah. I'm coming up, you see the rise. So come out and play, I don't see the need to hide. I feel like I'm the last man standing. 4-5, sitting on my dresser like a bandit. Oh my, why you scared? There ain't no need to panic. I ain't on a wave that could sink the Titanic. Like why, ain't no need to cut ties. This is not the best time, aiming for the east or the west side. I rise when I feel a vibe from the nighttime. I slide when she send me pictures of those nice lines. It's a banger when I know that beat got a bass line. Hot line gets a blingin' when they